In this position you'll see great use of a turret, the way how it's supposed to be used. That's first ricochet, as you can see. We're still angling it a bit with that gun depression. Well, 2 seconds, and now we can see. Look at that. You see? This is pretty good position. Hi guys, this is Neil, and today we'll have a look onto the tank which is now available in the store via random boxes, and that's 59-Patton, tier 8 Chinese medium. It's basically type 59 hull with M48 Patton turret. History of this tank is quite weak, and it is probably a tank which never ever existed. Wargaming states it's one of the attempts to do something with type 58 tanks, but the hull just doesn't fit the turret. The only way how that could probably happen is just by welding them together, which will not make this tank actually usable and might work only as kind of bunker or so. Anyway, let's check this tank, what it's about. Well, tier 8 tank with tier 10 turret. Sounds good on paper, but not that great in reality. First of all, type 59 have better armor turret, which is actually lighter. So, as type 59 is not very agile tank, this one lacks in mobility part even more. Top speed of 50 sounds great, but lowest power to weight ratio and second to worst in tier 8 at all makes this tank quite sluggish. It gets there in a straight line, but slight turn will cut down huge margin from it. So fitting type 59 with this turret, we basically lost bit of protection and bit of mobility, so we should get something in a weapon compartment. And well, actually we do, but for very specific situations. Highest DPM out of the Soviet and Chinese mediums, but still average in whole tier 8. Penetration, aim time and stationary dispersion are not something you would be considering better than others, but not really something we can live with. But as we go through stats we will find interesting thing. Dispersion on the move, that's best in the tier. Gun depression, best in the tier. Sure, there are tanks which have same gun depression and dispersion, but none of them have such a round and heavily armored turret. Only Super Pershing comes pretty close. So this tank is made for ridges and hills. In that situation the turret is basically impenetrable, and that feels quite good. Does it make up for all the disadvantages these tanks have? Well, I'm not sure, but I'm more into the answer no. People who watch my streams and videos knows I have quite aggressive playstyle, and this tank just doesn't fit it. It feels just too slow. But let's have first replay. So welcome to the Dynasty's Pearl. Enemy have 1, 2, 3 mediums and lights, and others are heavies. I'm going to use Patton here to use the ridge right in this tree, so we can protect our hull and be able to spot and be able to shoot. The first hit into T49. In this position you'll see great use of a turret, the way how it's supposed to be used. That's first ricochet, as you can see. We're still angling it a bit with that gun depression. Well, 2 seconds, and now we can see. Look at that. You see? This is pretty good position. If I turn it like that, what enemy sees? They see, okay, they see a bit down there, but very little, but then they see loads of armor and awesomely angled frontal hull. At the moment, awesome turret. The only weak spot is basically the commander's hatch. Now we'll ricochet one more shot, and there we go, we are full health and we are dealing damage. You see MX will now deal us damage because he hit us into the cupola, and this comment will show us what's problematic on this tank. Once you can't hide your turret, sorry, hull, and the enemy will see your side and front unangled, you basically lose loads of health points. We basically instantly lost half of it. So while we are using the bridge, we are perfectly fine, but while we are not, that's a problem, big problem. You see, Comet is still trying to do something. He will attack us and rush us, and you can see every time he will shoot at us from good position or non-angled position, he penetrates us. But now, again, we have good gun depression, we are using it, and he's dead. Same here. T-34-2. Unfortunately have even lower 100mm gun, so we remove some of his health points right now. Now we are getting into the crossfire, but you see he's trying to shoot us. That's unlucky. He could have penetrated us. So now bit of time spent, quality time spent with T-34. Yeah, I hit the wall. So as you see in this replay, it's pretty easy to spoil armor of this tank, and if it's not played right, and it's very hard to penetrate it when it is played right. I think this is the end of the replay. Yeah, so let's see another replay where we master the tank and yeah, see a bit more action. So our second game is happening on Rockfield. Enemy have 4 fast tanks, 1 heavy, so I guess they'll go for a C. Well, that was my expectation, and 2 TDs. I went the logical way to go for a B because I expected my heavies will go and cap an A. That way we'll have a point advantage. You see, we are not meeting anyone, and I'm spotted. And I positioned myself here because I felt like this is the position I feel safe enough, where I'll show only my turret, especially being protected from a right side. AMX AC from our team didn't survive. You can see right here the armor, even though it's not that great as on Type 59-Patton, not Patton, just Type 59. It is quite trollish. It can ricochet some shots, but it's not that reliable. So that's our first kill, T-44. You'll see now that yeah, MX will try to use its full clip on me. Missed one. I don't know how he managed to do that because this turret is big as barn, and ricocheted 2 shots. Pretty bad. Poor guy. So anyway, you see I'm quite cheeky and put some shots into Panther. Let's finish MX 1390. Should be quite straightforward. There you go. That's 1390. And here in this position you'll see that nice feature about the gun depression is I don't need to peek out much. I don't need to show myself. I can just go, shoot, and still be hidden behind the ridge, you see? Right here? Yeah? You see? I haven't showed my hull at all. I just showed my turret. That's nice feature about the gun depression on such hilly map as this one. I tracked IS, so if I shoot him, there can be connecting shots from others. There we go. 4 kills. Thank you, Tiger. And there's just SC-152, which we are not going to kill. But yeah, we can finish on this replay. So, conclusion. I'd like to say It's not that bad as it seems to be, but it's not that great as it should be. Um, it's not something I would advise you to get, and I have that feeling that this will be very rare tank very soon, because I don't know, it's not that impressive, it doesn't look good. For me it looks pretty bad. But yeah, it's still unique, and thanks to the combination of armor and gun depression, it does have kind of unique playstyle which fits more American tanks rather than Chinese ones. Yeah, so now thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do so, really please subscribe to my channel so you will not miss another videos or when I'll stream, because I'm streaming quite often these days. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the battlefield. Yeah, have a great day.